All right, the two basic movements for the tripod camera are to pan, just side to side, and tilt, which is up and down. To adjust the amount of drag on the pan, the dial for the drag is right here. Working off of a righty-tighty, lefty-loosey scenario, if you want it very loose, you would move or twist the dial to the left. If you would like, and you can see how fluid that is. Great for worship. When you want a little bit more control, just turn this dial to the right and it'll make your drag much more significant, so you have greater control. If you need to lock the panning, there's a control right here. Again, twist it to the right to make it tighter, and then you will lock the pan so that you cannot pan the camera at all. This does not affect the tilt of the camera at all. Those are separate controls. To adjust the drag on the tilt of the camera, the dial is on this side. Again, if you want to make the tilt looser, you turn it to the left and you will get a very loose tilt. If you want to make it tighter, turn it to the right or towards you, and you will make the tilt have much more drag on it. If you need to lock the tilt, especially if you need to leave the camera for any reason during service, that dial is right here. And again, you turn it toward the right and you will not be able to tilt the camera at all. To use the focus and zoom controls on the camera, they are the attachments on either side. This side is focus, where you will spin very gently either direction and watch the peaking on the screen to see when your shot is in focus or not. The zoom controls are right here. So the best way to use it is to hold it with your hand, with your thumb on the zoom. And to zoom out, you push it to the left. And to zoom in, you push it to the right with your thumb. When you are holding the handles of the tripod, it is best to hold the handle with the red on it because this is your focus control and you don't want to touch that all of the time. Once you are in focus, just leave it until you have to change focus. But on the zoom side, it's easiest to keep your hand on the zoom control with your thumb just resting in the zoom position so that you're always ready to adjust your shot. So in using the camera, it's best to hold these two grips. This light right here above the screen is your tally. When it is green, it means that the director switcher is previewing your shot. When it turns red, that means that your shot is live and able to be seen. So do not recompose your shot when the light is red. During worship, we've been shooting at 24 frames per second. During the sermon, we want to have the camera at 59.94 frames per second. To switch between sermon and worship, or worship and sermon as the case may be, you press the HFR button here on the side, right above the record button. If the director tells you to adjust your iris, that is this wheel right here, right as the lens starts to get thicker. So going down in number, twisting toward the left will make your camera brighter. Twisting toward the right, so going up in number, will make the camera darker. When you're putting your camera in focus or trying to get focus, what can be helpful is to adjust your peaking. And that is this right here, this dial. So it can change the amount of red lines on your screen to show you what's in focus. So whatever is red is what the camera is focusing on. So if I zoom into the worship leader, let's just say, and he is out of focus, you can see that the lines on the screen behind him are what's in, so the screen is in focus right now. So you can zoom into their face or their guitar or whatever, glasses, and as you turn the focus dial, you can see your subject come into focus more. So the head of the guitar is turning red. Guitar strings are red, and then you can even see it in his eyes if he looks up. Zach Vernon. There, you can see his eyes are red now. So, and then that focus should hold as you zoom out and get the shot that you are looking for as they're playing. If you don't like as much red line, you can turn that peaking down. So there's not quite so many lines. That doesn't affect the focus at all. That just affects how much the screen is helping you see what's in focus.